What's happening, troops? So it's been a long time since we've been on the YouTube channel, and we'll get into that later on in the video. But the first thing I want to explain, right, is in this video we are going to be training back and biceps at Gym 49 around Carlentine today, and I'm going to basically do a little talk over with that workout, give you some tips as we're going along. Now the reason I'm picking the camera back up is because I actually got a notification from my YouTube app basically saying that a video started to pick up quite a lot of views, and I went to go watch it and I was like, oh, I kind of miss vlogging, and it's something that I've always really enjoyed doing, but it's something that's always been put in the back burner because I had to focus on getting my clients better results first and growing the business. But what I do think about, like when I was in that sort of time frame, I was looking back at old YouTube videos. It just made me so happy looking back watching them, so I decided I'm just going to document more YouTube stuff again because it's just so great for me to personally go look back on. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do from basically this video onwards is actually make a playlist that's going to be my full cutting journey. I've already started, I'm about 2 weeks in, but like I've literally been very like loose with the diet, so nothing major's happened. I've only just made a meal plan and a training plan today, so I'm going to share all this sort of stuff and basically just share each step of the way during the kind of cut, so anybody can go back, watch this playlist and get some inspiration from it, get some things to follow and go get some results. So make sure, if you're not already, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this and drop a comment on what workouts you want to see hit next. So let's go get into the video. So we're in the gym and it's pool day, and basically what we're doing now with our pool sessions is prioritising getting lat development coming back in. So basically while I'm bulking up, I'll prioritise building my shoulders and my arms on my pool days right now because they're my weaker points. But now that we're coming into the cut, I'm not going to really build much muscle, if any at all, you know what I'm saying? But something you can gain back is like your muscle memory, if you will. So because I've not been training my lats as much, they're not as big as they potentially could be. So when I start training them more, I'll naturally just regain some of the size I had on them, and then it's going to help me have a bigger V-taper as I come into my dieting phase. So I'll spend the bulk building up the weak parts, and then during the dieting phase, I'll basically just prioritise muscles that help enhance my sort of V-taper while I'm doing this. So first exercise we're doing while doing pull is going to be pull-ups, and what we're going to be doing is a parallel grip. The reason we're doing the parallel grip is it hits more lats. Wide grip rows, I know people think they get you wider lats, but they actually target your upper back. However, they do help with the width, but it's more of an upper back exercise. I want to hit my lats, so that's why I'm going to hit parallel grip pull-ups first. This is the first set as well. Let's see how many I get while fresh. Getting a good tune's obviously essential for this as well, isn't it? For me, you have the tunes in the background, sadly. So we got 11 now. To be honest, I wasn't completely at failure. Because we're just starting out in the programme, I'm not taking my sets right to failure. I'll wait till I'm a bit more deeper into the programme to basically do that and sort of build myself up into the intensity. So there we go. I believe we got 11 there, 9, 10, whatever the number may be. With what you'll notice as well I'm doing the pull-ups, I'll have my toes kind of pointed forward in front of my body, and I'll be keeping my core engaged. The reason that I'm not bringing them behind my body is because one, I want to start to engage my core while I'm doing the pull-ups. It actually allows you to get more reps as you get more comfortable doing that. But also curling your heels up behind your legs also makes the lats shorter, so you can't get as big as a stretch in that position. So point your toes in front of your body, allows you to stretch out your lats as much as you can. So that's pull-ups. So right there, I've got 7 reps with my right hand side, which is my weaker side. So what I'm going to do with my left is match that, because I don't want to get an imbalance from left to right, one side getting bigger. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So 6 there. Let's see how this matches up. So that was definitely notably easier on my left hand side, but this is important of tracking what you're doing, because if you're not tracking the data, how you meant to have it to look back on to know when you can go and change things. So for example, me keeping track of that, I can tell if one side's getting way more stronger than the other, and that tells me to start focusing on more single arm stuff. But something I'm doing much more of right now, well, I'm just starting back this cut, is I'm essentially like tracking everything just now, tracking my diet, tracking the training, tracking my progress. I'm actually going through my program like one of my clients right now, and see, just that act of tracking things, it just dials in that a little bit more. And yes, it takes a couple of seconds extra after a set or after a meal to track things, but the benefit you get from doing that, it like massively outweighs the few seconds you have to waste tracking things. So honestly, man, I can't recommend it enough. Also, I really want to track a lot of stuff in my app right now, because there's actually a challenge on for me and all my clients, and there's a leaderboard, and whoever basically logs the most workouts, does the most cardio, logs the most meals, etc., wins at the end of the 12 weeks. So I kind of want to look to beat my clients in that. So the following exercise is going to be what I call a cable lat prayer. Some people call it a pullover, I call it a lat prayer. Now it's going to be really good for isolating your lats, which is the muscle we're trying to target right now, because basically by removing the bend in your elbow, your lats are doing all the work. Now, basically the biggest tip I would say with this is just make sure you're keeping your arms locked while you're going. You don't want to be bringing this back and let your elbows bend. You want to make sure your arms are keeping straight all the way through the movement. Slight bend at the elbow, maintain that, take pressure off the elbow when you're moving it, but then from there, your arms just moving like a big lever. Pull them down to your side, contract it there. Control it up, nice and slow. You want to let this come all the way up just until you feel your lats starting to let go of the tension, and you've got to drive it down. So we're controlling it up until the lats can't hold it anymore, and then driving it right down. The opposite of that, we're letting it come all the way up and fully stretching your body out. We're going to do that, keep the muscle under tension the full way through. With this, another tip to use is thinking about driving your elbows tight to your body all the way through the movement, just driving them down. Here's a fun fact for you. People think this exercise is called lat pull down because it targets your lats. That's actually incorrect. It's called lat pull down because you move in the lateral plane of motion. So that's your fun fact for the day. So right now I'm doing the lat pull down not to get wider lats, but to build my teres minor up the back of there, up the back of my kind of under my armpit. So it does help with that V taper, but it's not targeting my lats as much. So that's why I'm hitting it kind of more towards the end. But let's go see how we're going to get on in this. First of all, pick the tune is always essential. Skepta interlude, let's go to that. I'm Skepta mad right now, and ever since I've been back in the UK, I've just been listening to loads of like grime and UK beats, man. It's so good. I'm just pulling this down as low as my elbows go. Like, we just drive it down with elbows. Controlling it up. I know this video is titled Back and Biceps, but that was actually incorrect. This is actually a pull workout. I don't usually do just back and biceps, I always do pull altogether, because I feel like my rear deltoids are working while I'm doing a lot of pulling movements, so I might as well isolate them on the pull days as well. But pull just doesn't seem to be as good as a title as back and biceps, so that's what we're doing right now. Now following that, going into this rear deltoid movement, there's one main tip that I want to kind of like emphasise to you, and that is, see with your rear deltoids, they're basically responsible for taking your hands like to the sides. I know they move back while they're doing that, but they're actually moving out to the side when you're using the rear deltoids. Then when your arms are going actually physically behind your body, it's more back. So I want you to think about where you're doing this is like kind of stretching your arms as far forward as you can and reach them out as wide as you can while your rear deltoid is on this. Another thing just to add to that is I'm also doing isometric holds at the kind of top of each rep or the bottom of each rep, so in the contracted position. So when I get this back to here, I'm going to hold this for 2 or 3 seconds and then control it back. 2 main reasons I'm doing this: one, it helps with muscle development, but 2, if you think about your back muscles, they're all about kind of holding you up and forward. So I want to get my muscles strong in that kind of contracted position. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go into this set. tell you how many reps I need to beat here right now while we're doing this. So I'm looking to beat 13 reps on 41 kg. So let's go. Oh wait there. Music needs to go on always. Next up, we're moving on to biceps now. So the first exercise I'm going to do is a reclined dumbbell bicep curl. Now the reason I'm doing these is basically to put the bicep in a lengthy position for you to curl from. Basically puts you in a weaker position and allows you to get a better stretch on the muscle as well. So that's what we're going to be starting with. Going relatively heavy in these, 69 reps, and both arms at the same time. A good thing about sitting down as well is it removes a lot of the momentum from the movement. Fucking hell. There's 8 intense reps right there. And that's them. Final movement of the workout is going to be cable bicep curls. We're doing this with a closer grip to try and hit that outer side of the bicep. Nothing too crazy here. Just make sure your body's not rocking back and forward. Try to get a proper big squeeze at the top of this.